Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, somebody was talking trash, so I brought this back. Raise the Past. So, I guess there are sort of an argument about how good this deck is, and I honestly think this deck is insane, without, of course, Graveyard Hate. If there are Graveyard Hate in the metagame, with Rest in Peace and things like that, obviously, it will hard counter this deck and you just lose. But we're capitalizing on the fact that everyone's playing Dimir, or Pixie, or Mono Red, and not that many people are playing Control. So unless you're playing Control, unless you're ready to fight this deck, well, it's gonna overwhelm most opponents. Because we can raise the pass into getting a huge board, and then just overwhelm them with whatever on board here. So when we have things like Elas il-Kor, whenever a creature we control dies, they will lose one life. When we have cards like Starscape Cleric, every time that we gain life, our opponent will lose one life. So we can kill our opponent very quickly just by a bunch of ETB triggers that gains life, or a lot of ways for our creatures to die. So, the ways that we can gain life is through Hinterland's Sanctifier. Whenever a creature enters, we gain one life. Also, Elas il-Kor, whenever a creature enters, we gain one life. On the other side, we also have a lot of the easy way to get our creatures killed, because we have Bartolomé, which just sacks a creature to put +1/+1 counter. We can sack a bunch of creatures that way. We also have Jirina and Cathar Commando, both tech cards that sacks itself. Well, what are their tech? Cathar Commando can sacrifice itself to destroy an artifact or an enchantment. Well, there's a lot of Graveyard Hate. There are artifacts or enchantments. If they have a Leyline of the Void or something, Cathar Commando can stop that. That's really it, right? You can sort of stop a Resting Peace, but if a Resting Peace lands on you, all of your graveyard's already exiled, and that would not be fun for this deck. Cathar Commando can also take out things like a, what's that called? Ghost Vacuum. You know, Ghost Vacuum is actually not very good against this deck, because we can surveil into graveyards a lot quicker than they can exile, because only one card a turn. On the other side, we have our own Jirina, Dauntless General. This is the one card I really like teching into this deck because of the mirror matches, because of all those crazy other graveyard synergy decks. Jirina says no. When she enters, exile target player's graveyard. Yeah. That's right, we got a 2-mana Graveyard Hate that is a creature, and a creature that we can bring back with Dewdrop Cures and Raise the Past, so we don't really have to worry about, it filling up a spot in our deck. It is just incidental Graveyard Hate. That's fantastic. And this deck, because we don't run blue, has a lot more room to slot other cards, so we're able to slot in things like Deep-Cavern Bat, take out cards from our opponent's hand. Their interactions, not anymore. We can also slot in cards like Gnawing Vermin. 1 mana, 1/1, that when it enters, target player mills 2 cards. We're always going to target ourselves. We're always going to mill 2. We want our graveyard as big as possible. Now, without blue, we don't have that infinite cycle with the Oracle anymore. So, we're going to have to try to win as soon as we raise the pass. But we can do that because we have the Bartolomé Elas il-Kor combo to sack everything that we bring back, and Elas il-Kor will deal damage. So that's the whole idea. Let's talk about the whole deck list. In the early game, we got a lot of 1-drops. We have 14 1-drops that all can be played on turn 1. 4 Hinterland Sanctifier. Whenever a creature enters, we gain 1 life. 4 Gnawing Vermin. Whenever it enters, target player mills 2. We're going to target ourselves. Also, when Vermin dies, we can -1/-1 to target creature. Bit of a removal against an opponent creature. This is a 1 mana 1/1 that can block a 2 toughness creature, so that's not bad. We have 2 Infestation Sage, a 1 mana 1/1 elf that when it dies, we get a 1/1 black-green insect with flying. Now, it's not really that good. This is kind of a filling in the slot for a 1-drop, but I think it's fine, right? When it dies, we get another creature that we can also sack to get more value, so that's okay. Infestation Sage is really just there to have an additional 1/1 to play on with a 1-drop. So, of course, the main card we need to have in this deck, 4 Snarling Gorehound. Whenever another creature you control with power 2 or less enters, surveil 1. So the trick of this deck is whenever you're surveilling, might as well say mill, because we just want to put all the cards into our graveyard, but with one advantage. Whenever we see a Dewdrop Cure or Raise the Past, we're not going to mill those. We're going to keep those on the top, and we win that way. And because of surveil, our opponent doesn't even know it. So turn 2, we have 2 Cathar Commando, 4 Deep-Cavern Bat, 1 Starscape Cleric, 3 Amalia, 2 Bartolomé, 4 Elas il-Kor, and 2 Jirina. We got all kinds of tech in this, spiciness in this deck. But one thing that I do want to kind of readjust or consider is the 3 Amalia and 2 Bartolomé. I think it's very good, but I kind of have been playing around with 2 Amalia, 2 Bartolomé. I started out with 4 Infestation Sage, and I cut those down and added 1 extra Bartolomé, 1 extra Jirina, and I want to see how that will work out. Then, of course, our combo pieces, right? We need to have either, we need to have 4 Dewdrop Cure and 4 Raise the Past to bring things back from our graveyard. Dewdrop Cure, always give a card. Getting 3 cards back is way better than having your opponent get an extra card. And if one of those cards that you get back is a bat, it's like they didn't get the card anyways, and you get all your ETB triggers. So yeah, Dewdrop Cure, 3 mana, return 3 creatures, insanely good. Raise the Past, 4 mana, return all the creatures. Yeah, that's right. Return all 2 mana, 2 CMC or lower creatures from your graveyard. That is backbreaking because this deck only has 2 CMC or lower creatures, and a lot of them has crazy ETB triggers or dice triggers. Land base, we only need 20 lands. 20 lands total in the deck because we got Amalia. That will give us all the lands we need. So 6 Plains, 6 Swamps, 4 Caves of Koilos, 4 Concealed Courtyards. Now, you might notice one particular thing that I'm not running in this land base is the 4 Shadowy Backstreets. A lot of decks runs 4 Shadowy Backstreets because of the Surveil trigger. I don't like that. I like the fact that all my cards can come in on turn 1 and 2. I don't want to be delayed. So, no slow lands at all. Every land has to be able to play early game spells. So that's the whole deck list. Now let's go into the games. Alright, our opponent is Carrion. Is Carrion something. Going first. Alright, well, we got Jira, the one-off in the deck. It's in our hand. I do have a Surveil, but not really much for me to Surveil into. Do I keep this hand? I don't know what our opponent's playing. This is slightly better. I guess we throw out a Hinterland Sanctifier. Alright, they're Rakdos. Oh boy, that's gonna be... This is gonna be an interesting game. Do we throw the Gnawing Vermin first? Interest, target player mills 2 card? Or do we put out... we put out the Gorehound? It's gonna be a while before I can do anything, right? I mean, this Surveil doesn't do much. Does this? Let's put the Sanctifier on. With the Iridescent Vine Lasher, he might just be aggroing us. So this might be relevant. I'm not sure if it is. Okay, he's a Lizard deck. That's definitely one that I haven't seen in a long time. Surveil. I mean, doesn't actually matter what I Surveil. Everything goes into the graveyard. So, making a life and now mill 2. Okay, so far I got 2 lands. Might be wrong to cut Amalia into that. I mean, I'm already in 2 right now. I'm pretty sure I need to run a lot more than 2. Oh my god. This is something that was so degenerate back in the days. Everyone thought it was broken. And then nobody played it ever again. Until now. Well, this is the second main phase. Right? No, that's the other card. This is just Gave. Other creature you control interest with a +1/+1. That's real good. Powermancer does another 2 damage to me. Also real good. I'm gonna need to draw 2 lands, right? This is Ward, pay 2 life. Can live with that. I can't live with what this is though. This is terrible. Alright, do I mill 2 card and then Surveil? Or do I Surveil and then mill 2 card? I mean, I don't really get a choice, right? Target player mills 2 cards. Oh, the Mana Screw. I guess I want to Surveil first. I gotta target a player. Alright, I target you. Okay, thank God I get a land. I need that land. Well, I do need 2 more lands, so this is just one of them. All in attack. What's gonna happen here, huh? Nowhere to run on my Gnawing Vermin. Alright, so I can minus this off. Takes slightly less damage, but still, you know, down to 11 is not fun. It's got one card left, and I just need to draw lands, which is not likely with what I have currently. And unfortunately, let's catch him off guard with the Cathar Commando. It's going to return to give. Plays the give. Gain that one life. And we'll go to blockers. So let's see. Scar a card to draw a card, or no, that one. Chump this. Oh, I got the land. Guess what? All of that is coming back. That is a lot. And GG. Yeah, I mean, I would also GG if I were him. Alright, our opponent is the Melting Show. Show what? Or maybe it's the Melting Hole. Ha, we're gonna go first. Okay. It's a good hand. I just hope they don't hate on us. Do we start with the Gorehound? Cathar Commando is kind of funny because it does not trigger the Gorehound. It's so numbo. It's only 2 cards in the deck that doesn't trigger the Gorehound. We happen to draw it. So maybe I'll draw something better next turn, but I am going to Gorehound first. I don't need the life as much as Surveil cards into my graveyard. Alright, Backstreet Boys he is. Oh boy. He wants to play this game. Amalia. Nope. What am I doing? Almost kept an Amalia just because I love Amalia so much. But no, that is not the right play here. The right play here is to throw everything into the graveyard. Until we draw the card we need. Do we raise on just one card? That feels kind of bad. Elas il-Kor. He can't actually block with Elas il-Kor if we attack with a Gorehound. So I think we'll do that. Whenever we gain life, each opponent loses that much life. We can do that as well. Dewdrop Cure. I mean, the Elas il-Kor is just gonna not attack, right? And I don't really want that, so let's have one of our creatures die. Obviously, we want creatures to die, so this is playing right into my hand. Amalia. Cool. I don't think we can get there as quickly as I want it to be, unfortunately. That's kind of the downside of the way I was playing this game out, but regardless. Why wouldn't it let me select the other card? That's 2 cards, right? I was so confused as to what it was trying to do here. Do we Surveil first? Gain the life, then we Surveil. Can I draw a land? No, I'm going to graveyard. Can I draw a land? No, going to graveyard. Can I draw a land? I do draw a land. And then Surveil into the graveyard. And then Surveil into the graveyard. To play a land? Can't play anything here, but I can attack. I should attack with everything. I forgot that I was going to raise. I guess I can pretend I'm going to block, but not going to block. What do I have here? Alright, not as scary of a board, but go for it. Second Essus Channeler. It does trigger a lot, right? It gains a lot of life too. But, you know, what is he gonna do? Not attack us? He didn't attack us. Can't win by not attacking. What are we gonna do though? What we're gonna do is just turn cards sideways, I think. 1, 2, 3. I get to return 3 creatures. Nothing else. Does he just take the damage, or is he gonna do something about it? I'm pretty sure we're getting raised on next turn by our opponent, so we're gonna try to win this turn if we can. Typical matchmaker shenanigans, putting us against mirror matches in the worst case scenario. And then we couldn't draw Aguirre as our first card like we always do, somehow. Okay, he's taking all that damage. He's down to 8. Oh, he's gonna go down to 8 like that, doesn't he just die? Every creature I bring back is 2 life, and he loses 2 life for that. I'm gonna lose 1 life, but that's fine. Raise them past! Oh, that's a lot of creatures. Put the Surveil trigger at the end. Let's mill 2 first. You gain 1 life, you lose 1 life. Bart can go. Gain 1 life, you lose 1 life. Gain 1 life, you lose 1 life. Elas il-Kor can go. Gain 1 life, you lose 1 life. Another land. Gain 1 life, you lose 1 life. Gain 1 life, Dewdrop Cure. No, you know what? Surveil. Just gonna keep surveilling. I think I could get him. I'm not sure, actually. I might be off by 1, which would be kind of sad. Amalia goes. Is that the last one? Alright, we got him. We got there. Oh, I think it's perfectly there, but, you know, perfectly there is there. That's all I care about. Sorry, melting show. Looks like you melted. Alright. Our opponent is Brother D. Well, better not have a kid or he's going to be Little D. That was a great movie last year. People hated it, but I thought it was a good movie. Opponent goes first. What was that movie I was talking about? Mad Max? Furiosa? Yeah, I thought that was an okay movie. I mean, it's not like Fury Road, obviously, but Little D was hilarious. Scamp? I don't like that at all. I still think I'd play the Snarling Gorehound first. It's not great, but it helps us filter a little bit better. And the fact that I get to play 2 cards next turn instead of just 1 is going to be very important. I'm not going to block, but is he going to sack it to kill me? Pump sack does a lot of damage. You know, normal ret stuff. Shenanigans. Or rope. Turn inside out. He's sacking it for sure. Oh god, that's so much damage. But that means he's going to my face, right? He's not going to go to my board. Alright, there's 2 1/1s on board, but... I mean, 2 2/2s on board. But that's fine. It is the way it is. We gain a little bit of life and we'll try to fight that sustaining board here. We'll try to fight it. Totally a fair game. Sanctifier. You can go. Sage. You can also go. Whatever it is, it will go. So then we pass the turn and we will hold up the blockers. And see what happens. Wow, okay. Wicked Row. What's Wicked Row? Is it Menace? No, just when I go to the graveyard, I lose 1 life. Okay. You can double block this. Then he just pumps it with something and I kind of lose everything, right? Yeah, let's not double block that for no reason. I don't need to do that. It's got a Monster's Rage. And this il-Kor would be pretty nice. We also get the Infestation Sage to return. Unless he's got like a somehow torch the tower or something ridiculous. In their red burn deck, somehow just run torch. I mean, they do have that Witch's Mark, which is already a different card than I'm used to seeing. That's definitely a Monster's Rage. He loses the row. Alright, do I die? I'm at 2. Not dead. If I get a creature, I gain a life. That's definitely important here. So then we Dewdrop Cure for 3 creatures. I think we got a Dewdrop Cure for 3 creatures. You can have a car. I need those creatures back. Gorehound, and I can't block, so no need to do that right now. I'm getting all that life. This il-Kor has to go. Gorehound has to go. And then we put in more blockers. 8 life. Yeah. Don't even have time for the second Hinterland Sanctifier. That's pretty painful. Heartfire Hero. I mean, he's gonna have to attack at some point, right? He's not winning by not attacking. Oh, he is gonna not attack us. We don't have much for raise. I raise back 3 cards. 1 goes to the graveyard, so I only raise back 2 cards. I think that's fine, though. Let's see if he blocks this, though. I mean, he might not block it. Alright, the rope is strong with this one. Hello? Are you gonna play? What's going on here? Don't make me yell at you! I will do it! Nice, stupid red deck doing red deck things. Had to bring aneurysm and just stop playing. That's probably what happened. I don't know. So my plan is to attack with the Elas il-Kor and the Gorehound, hoping that he might see it as a double block and kills the Gorehound, then we'll raise the pass. If he doesn't kill the Gorehound, we still have, returning Gorehound, Elas il-Kor, and Star Shape. So I think it's fine. I still get 3 creatures back into the board. So 1 less blocker here, but 3 more blockers. I think that's just fine. Of course, our opponent decides to rope, so it doesn't matter here. The game is ours because of their decision to be dumb and play a red deck. I didn't need to attack with the Gorehound. There was no way they're going to block if they rope out. So, forgot about that. I'll keep this one. Now, we gain a bunch of life. They take a bunch of damage. Each Sanctifier is 1 damage. And then the Gorehound would just toss everything into the graveyard. Good old combo. Everything into the graveyard. This is the last one, right? I'll draw that land next turn. I'll draw this land because I can Hinterland Sanctifier into Raise the Past if we even need to do that, but obviously our opponent Rage Quit. And they're 8 for 16, so we got them. Maybe there's some pumps that can get him out of the way, but I will... Okay. I was definitely going to just... block with the whole board here. But Playing this also does 4 damage to his board. Which is kind of funny. Dude, I know you passed your turn. Now pass. Come on, let me go to my turn. Alright, another one of these players. So, if he ropes out here, he can block. Now just full swing and he dies. This already gains me 2 life, which is 4 damage. Then he just dies. Yep, there's that. Right? I don't think he can deal 16 damage on my turn. So, GG. GG maybe? GG no re. That's what's happening here. Man, just get the F out. Why are you roping out this? He totally passed through his own entire turn, but he's roping through my turn. Alright, graveyard. Graveyard. You still get a rope for my combat. Everybody get in here. Red deck was not fast enough. They even got to go first and everything, but all that rope, right? I mean, they want to play fast, but their brain can't think that fast, so here we go. Get the F out. Look at the clock. Now get out. Haha, GG. Alright, our opponent is Fat Gum. Well, as opposed to Skinny... I don't know. Chewy thing? Fat Gum. It's a funny name. Alright, well, Hinterland Harbor into Amalia to help us gain a lot of life, and we'll deep bat them, maybe. Going first. Very nice start. We do need to surveil a lot, so that's definitely something to consider. How much do I care about a turn 1 play? Scavenger. Alright, so this is going to matter a bit. If I have Amalia, and he just kind of exile my Amalia with a... He could definitely exile the Amalia with a Shelter by Ghost, right? Would he do that on turn 2? This definitely plays the better role. No, I think I bat him. I can always gain life with a bad attack. Alright, so this is what's going on. Grand Entryway. Create a 1/1 Glimmer. Enchantment. That doesn't really do much. Grimmer Timmer. So, Gremlin Tamer. I guess that's the card I want to take out. I could have attacked with a Sanctifier. I guess it might have been 1 missed damage. But it does kind of force him to play the Grand Entryway and then attack this turn if he wants to get through. He's going to draw a lot of cards with the Enduring Curiosity here. You got it. Alright, we'll play the Gorehound. Gain the life. Then we'll play the Amalia for the other life gain. And the Surveil. Or Explore. Not Surveil. Explore, Surveil, whatever it is. This is the Surveil. Didn't want that either. I do want that. That's a good card. Not that this board does much, but eventually it should, right? That's the idea. 3-2, but can't attack into an Amalia, so let's see what happens. Also, I fly. It's pretty important. Guess we Elas il-Kor first. Let's Surveil. The back end go. We gain a life, we get that Explore trigger. We will attack with the 1/1. Do I attack with Amalia too? He knows I have a Raise the Past, right? So I think he might just block with the Enduring Curiosity or Enduring Innocence and keep drawing cards that way. Nothing I can do to stop that with this deck. So he's gonna draw a lot of cards. But I do need to actively put damage on board, so Let's just do that. Oh, he takes it! That's interesting. I was not expecting that. He has on fly, so I can block whatever he has on board. I think he knows I want to kill my creatures, right? That should be obvious. He doesn't attack again. So we go to the Snarling Gorehound route again. How many cards can I put into the graveyard? There's only 2 so far, which is kind of sad. But let's start with the Gorehound. What are we going to surveil here? Land can go. Then Elas il-Kor. Explores on land. Amalia, come on. Please don't explore another land. Oh, come on. This whole deck is not just lands, is it? Then we go to the attack. Alright, this guy going in. And do we let our Elas il-Kor go in? I guess so. It is Death Touch. You can trade with a 2/2, but then what are we going to do? Bring 3 cards back with a Hinterland Sanctifier? Wow, he takes that damage. So I gain the life. I explore Amalia. Explore away an Amalia. Don't think I ever need to care about the mana base, so just play this land here. Alright, Raise the Past will bring back 3 cards. Gains life, but it does not lose life. 3 cards can help me explore a lot. So is that what I want to do here? That might have been... It might have been better if I pulled the trigger there. Feathered Flight. So make a big flying creature. And gain the life back. But I still think I'd do more damage than him gaining life. Unlock? Okay, I do want these to die anyway, so let's trade. He knows I have a Raise the Past, so I don't know why he attacked with this. He does gain a life, but he loses the life right away. Enduring Innocence. You can make this Innocence real big, right? I guess that's the idea, and I don't really have a removal for... I do have a removal for that. What am I saying? I don't have it right now, but I do have a removal. Sanctifier him. I don't draw that. Since I don't draw that, it has to go away. Now let's Raise the Past. Let's keep this Amalia. Alright, what do we put first? Do we put the Surveil triggers first? Do we put the life gain triggers first? Life gain trigger goes... Yeah, let's just put the life gain triggers. There's a lot. It is a lot. Then we will look at his hand. Shard Mage Rescue and a Gremlin Tamer. Alright, we got a Rescue. Gorehound can go. Get another land. Gorehound can go. Elas il-Kor can go. No? You don't want to play it out? GG. We do have a removal in the form of the... what's that card called? The Cathar Commando. But didn't need it. Got there anyways. Alright, our opponent is Masterpiece. Are they? Opponent goes first. We got no Surveil other than Amalia with life gain, so that might be a little bit difficult. And of the deck with 21 drops, I didn't draw a single 1-drop. Still gonna keep because this hand is kind of fire on every cylinder, other than maybe against mono red. Simic. Oh, and then we did draw a 1-drop to play. Simic, huh? Interesting color. I wonder what they're playing. Seed of Hope. Well, they're gonna hate the Jirina. So do we have Amalia here to explore? I don't think I bat him on turn 2, right? So Amalia this turn should be okay, unless he has a counterspell. Maybe bounce the hinterland. Okay. Is that relevant though? That's questionable. I mean, it's not a bad play. It's not great either. So we play our Sanctifier. Then we bat him. Take out the Discounting big enough. I get a land. Amalia attacks. So his terror costs 3 less. So you can play a Tolarian Terror if you want. Cash grab. Now how much does it cost? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cost 6. So start with the Jirina. Haha, attacked. You gotta play your crap right now. Oh no. You gotta play your crap right now. There you go. Nice little crab. I enjoy hardcasting those funky cards. Elas il-Kor. Oh, a bat. Do I even want this bat? No. Jirina's really getting to the graveyard decks. That makes me happy. Seed of Hope. Alright, there's gonna keep going. So now that's 3, which means that this costs 4. No, this costs, 4. This also costs 4. Isn't too much. Go to my turn. So we can bat anyways. Alright, well, let's play the Hinterland Sanctifier first. See if he wants to do anything. Gorehound can go. Just the Explore trigger I think is good enough. Dewdrop Cure. I think I'll keep this Dewdrop Cure on top. And then now I'm gonna bat him. There's another crab. Taps the bat. Wait, does he just tap the bat? What? Oh, he taps the Elas il-Kor. I was like, did he just tap the bat? It makes no sense. Take that out. Then take out the A8, so that A8 is gonna come in at you. I can give this Hexproof Indestructible, which he might not see coming. Another cash grab. What is he gonna return here? Cease and desist? Oh, he's gonna return the crabs. Well, how much does he have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that crab costs 2. Nothing? Nothing. I'm gonna sneak in a commando. gain a little bit more life. I like the Dewdrop Cure. Alright, so if I just go to combat, what can he do here? I don't want to give him a card, and I'll return 2 cards back from my graveyard. Give him a card, returns 3 cards back. But this right now costs... I can't tell. That his face is blocking it. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 cards in the graveyard, so this will cost 2. Right? So... if it costs 2, then he will have 1 mana open for something. He probably will use that. I think I want to use a Dewdrop Cure first. So, I'm going to use this. Now, I'm going to give him a card. So I can return all 3. And I want this first to trigger. Exile your graveyard. Would you like to play your crab? You're going to have to do it right now. There's the crab. And what are you going to tap? 2 bats? Really? My beanstalk. Haha! No card draw for you. Alright, graveyard. Graveyard. Man, no Raise the Past is painful. Dewdrop Cure can go. I need to Raise the Past here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, I can just go lethal. If I draw enough cards. Wait, no, Surveil. I clicked done way too quickly. Alright, so now we go to combat. And we'll attack with the 16-16. And these 2... No, I don't want to attack with these 2-on-1s. Attack the 3-1, he just chump blocks. So... Actually have nothing on board, huh? You know what? You really got nothing either. Let's get everybody in here. If I get him to 9, I can just sack the Jirina. So he's going to have to chump block the Amalia. Come on. You're going to have to chump block the Amalia at least once. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's down to 4. And it's down to 3. Alright, not lethal. Well, lethal enough anyways. I'm at 40. I play EDH. Masterpiece. I'm showing you the piece. Jirina coming clutch with a Graveyard Exile. Makes me happy. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you see all those games, how does this deck feel? Does this feel strong? Does it feel insanely good? That's right. That's Orzhov Raise. It is so backbreaking when your opponent does not have Graveyard Hate. And I've actually tech in Graveyard Hate for this deck. So if our opponent's playing similar matchups, guess what? They're getting their whole Graveyard Exile while they're sitting there, you know, helpless against what we're going to do to them. That's always really fun. Now, I did talk about this a little bit in the intro in terms of the Amalia and Bartolomé split. Don't spit on Amalia between the splits. And I think 3-2 is okay. Now, I can definitely see justifying 4-1 to have 4 Amalia and 1 Bartolomé because Bartolomé is not ultimate win con. We don't need him to win. He's just an extra oomph that might be good. Amalia, on the other hand, is very useful in getting our lands early to mid-game. Whenever we gain life, we explore, and we can explore the lands, because this deck only has 20 lands. A lot of times we're going to get mana screwed. And in order to kind of fix around that, the Surveil, the Explore, is going to help us get there. But that does require us to have the Snarling Gorehound Surveil, have the Amalia's Explore in play. So having 4 Amalia might be necessary. That's my idea, but I'm gonna use this deck list, or I'm gonna upload this deck list because that's the deck list I used for today's game. Except for the first game. The first game I only had 2 Amalia, but then I had to readjust. And now 3 Amalia, 2 Bartolomé, 2 Jirina. We are ready. We're ready for all kinds of opponents. Except, of course, Graveyard Hate. If they have Graveyard Hate, just quit and go play the next one. Nobody's playing Graveyard Hate in current metagame anyways, except ourselves. We are Graveyard Hate, the Jirina deck. Alright, so I think that's a pretty fun deck. I don't know if Aether Drift is going to throw a bunch of wrenches into the work for this deck, because I think there's a lot of exile talk. A lot of people are thinking about exiles, not necessarily just for countering Graveyard Synergy or Graveyard Hate, but I think a lot of cards do run better when you're exiling your opponent's cards. There's that new God that also does that, so I think that might be a new consideration, which I'm not going to consider too much right now, because I think this deck is still the nuts. And, you know, I'm not sure if the blue version is better or this version is better. That's still to be decided. But what I do really like in this version is the inclusion of Jirina. So if this exact deck was run up against that blue deck, I think this deck will win just from this tech alone. That's really all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.